Hey yappers, welcome back to Binge Yap Repeat. Today, we are diving into the new Prime Video series Elle from the world of Legally Blonde. We yap all about Lexi Mindtree's phenomenal performance, Seattle grunge culture and the Seattle Freeze, Elle's undeniable tenacity and optimism, and how the show started giving Nancy Drew toward the end. Put on your favorite pink outfit and buckle in because our episode starts now. Hey yappers, welcome back to Binge Yap Repeat. My name is Shalini.
And I'm Ruchi.
And today we are talking all about Elle, the Legally Blonde prequel series on Prime Video.
Correct, yes. So Elle, which is also marketed as Elle from the world of Legally Blonde, which was new to me. Elle is an American comedy television series developed by Laurie Cottrell, serving as a prequel to the Legally Blonde franchise. The series takes place 6 years before the events of the first film, and it explores the high school years of teenage Elle Woods, who was originally portrayed by the iconic Reese Witherspoon, and it is portrayed in this series by newcomer Lexi Mindtree. It premiered on Amazon Prime Video on July 1st and is already renewed for a second season.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay, I want to address the elephant in the room. And so before I actually watched this series, all I saw online was Elle premieres to mixed reviews, blah, blah, blah. And I was very confused by this because all of the trailers that I saw looked amazing. So I was really, really excited to watch the series. Um, but then I also saw that it was already renewed for a second season. And as we know, I feel like Prime Video is notoriously bad about renewing shows for a second season unless it has the viewership already. So I was like, how mixed is this? I'm very confused. So, Shalini, in your opinion, do you think this show was necessary?
I mean, in the sense that did I enjoy it and thought it was a good use of my time? Yes, I really liked it. I thought, like, Lexi Mindtree is absolutely Reese Witherspoon in another body. Like, she nailed the fuck out of this role, and I thought it was really cute. I think I have a few complaints. I guess, like, just the plausibility of Reese Witherspoon's Elle having grown up, like, lived her high school years in Seattle doesn't seem extremely realistic to me, but I thought that the story fit the character very well. I liked it. I really liked the show. I loved the signature optimism of Elle Woods and how she brings a sense of femininity and strength to everything she does. So, yeah, I mean, I really liked it. I think it was absolutely valuable.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything you said. I think it was a great, fun watch. It does challenge the premise of the original Legally Blonde a little bit, because I think the whole premise is that Reese Witherspoon is like this LA girl through and through, and then she like decides to go to Harvard kind of on a whim. And now in this in this show, it's like, hey, have you ever thought about being a lawyer as a person in high school in Seattle? So I think yeah, I agree. I think if you like kind of separate the two universes, which I think is so funny because it's supposed to be from the world of like from the Legally Blonde universe. I think if you separate them and you think like this is either a parallel reality or it's even, I think some people said online, if you think of it as a fan fiction, it's good, which I completely agree with. I think it's like fan fiction. But I completely agree. I think Lexi Mindtree did a phenomenal job as Elle Woods. It was a combination of was Alicia Silverstone in Clueless. I think it was like a combination of Clueless and Legally Blonde. And I thought it was so
Yes.
good.
That's so true because she totally had the Cher 90s fashion from Clueless.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so basically the plot of this show is that Elle Woods, a completely LA girl through and through, is about to enter her junior year of high school. And then her dad, who is a plastic surgeon, has a botched nose job and therefore has to take the entire family to Seattle to lay low for a little bit. And then Elle enters her junior year of high school in Seattle, where she is confronted not with the pink sunny LA vibes that she is used to, but instead the grunge Seattle Nirvana Kurt Cobain vibe.
Absolutely 90s grunge.
And she has to succeed. And then there's like this mystery as well about like, oh, who is siphoning the school funds to like do something nefarious? There's some investigation. So I have a couple different questions about this. As someone who has lived in the Seattle area for some time, how did you feel about this portrayal of Seattle?
So I was not in Seattle in the 90s, so I'm sure it was very different. I lived there about 20 years after this took place. Um, I mean, besides the whole grunginess, there were a few things that took me out. I mean, I think for the most part, like, they nailed the Seattle freeze very well. And yappers, if you're not familiar with the term, Seattle freeze is a term used in Seattle for when a new person comes to town or like moves to Seattle and finds it extremely difficult to make friends because friend groups in Seattle kind of view friendship as zero sum for some reason. And so it's like extremely hard to break into a new friend group and make friends.
Wait, they think of it as zero sum, as in, like, they feel like if they make a new friend, it will detract from the friendships that they already have.
Yes, I either that or they think if they introduce a new person to their friends, those friends will be less close to them or so. They're like very possessive about their friendships.
Wow.
Um yeah. So, as someone who also moved to Seattle with no friends, I found it very hard to make friends as well. So, I definitely think that was very true to form. There were a few things that took me out, like the principal saying that Donna now works at Pike Place Market, but everybody just says Pike Place. Like the market is implied, you know? So there was that. Also, there was a scene after they spend their all-nighter, and then Liz is like, it's past 5 a.m. and it's bright outside, but it's supposed to be winter. There is no sunlight in Seattle until like 9 a.m. in the winter. Okay.
I think a better joke would have been like, "Oh, it's 10 a.m." And then Al was like, "But it's completely dark outside."
Yeah, yeah, that would have been so funny and like so true. Um, yeah, and then the last thing was that the airport was extremely not SeaTac.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I did think of that. I was like, "Oh, this airport looks weird."
Yeah. But I think everything else, like the vibe of Seattle people being very, I mean, quote unquote, down to earth, however you interpret that, not being materialistic, only liking beer and coffee and music and the outdoors, very accurate.
Wow, even 20 years later.
Yes.
Wow, okay. Because I was like, how much of this is a little too stereotypical Seattle? I think there is that one scene where they're walking through the cafeteria and Liz is like, oh, this is where the jocks sit. And they all look the same as like the band geeks, and they all look the same as the children of parents who have Microsoft money, and they all
Yeah.
look the same as children with parents of Boeing money.
Yeah, that was funny. That's the part that I don't know, like how grungy all of Seattle was. If it was literally everyone, like I'm sure it
Yeah.
wasn't everyone, but
Or like the
um,
high school scene specifically.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, interesting. Okay. I was curious because I was like, I feel like this is a very like niche perspective on Seattle. And I know like TV shows tend to do that, but
yeah.
yeah, I thought it was just like how much of this is actually true.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
say, in the Legally Blonde movie, Elle just has this like unspoken resilience when it comes to facing social issues and just like coming back even stronger. And I do think this show was a good prequel, like a canon prequel to show why she's so resilient. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like this show, you can tell by what she's gone through in this season that has made her more resilient, and that's why she can bounce back so quickly after she shows up to that not costume party in the bunny costume in the movie and stuff.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I do like the little references that they have to the Legally Blonde movie. So, I think like there are a couple episode titles that have. I think like the last episode is like what like it's hard.
Yeah.
And then there are also parallel scenes like Elle in this series shows up to the bikini party not in a bikini or sorry in a bikini, but it's not actually a pool party. It's like a skateboarding party or
Yeah.
something, which is very similar to the whole Halloween costume party that the real I guess the real Elle Woods. Yeah, we can say it like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon, yeah, showed up to the costume party as well. Yeah, I loved it. I think there are some issues with the plot other than the depiction of Seattle where I was kind of confused about. So which direction should we go in? Let's talk about, I guess, the main romantic plot line, which is Elle has a thing for Miles, but she finds out that Miles is dating Shannon, who is like the one woman welcoming committee. Um, and the only person who has like been nice to Elle at all. But she also finds herself attracted to Dustin. And by the end of the series, she kisses Dustin, and then Miles like looks on forlornly, even though he's post breakup with Shannon, and Shannon's completely out of the picture. Who do you ship with Elle?
Good question. Okay, going back to canon legally, like Reese Witherspoon's Elle, I don't think that Elle would have dated a Justin. Like the fact that she
A
was with
Dustin?
Warren, yeah, the fact that
Yeah.
she was with Warren in at the beginning of the show or at the beginning of the movie, I think means that she didn't. But I do ship her with Dustin. I think she and Dustin have way more chemistry than she and Miles do.
I agree. Yeah. It's like Miles and Hot Josh and ultimately Warren feel very similar, like Pokemon evolutions of each other.
Yes.
but but Dustin definitely feels like a new Pokemon entirely. So,
Like, let's be real. Reese Witherspoon's Elle Woods never dated a black guy. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah. Also, wait, question. Why did he have a British accent in spite of saying that he spent his formative 9 years, like previous 9 years in Seattle? I was like, that is literally when an accent is made.
Yeah, I know. I was like, dude, this kid left the UK when he was 7 years old. He would not have this strong of an accent still.
He
Maybe
would not.
the odd word here and there. I actually had a friend growing up who moved to from the UK to the US when he was like 5 or 6, and it was just like a few words here and there where his accent would come out, but for the most part, you couldn't tell at all.
Yeah, that's what my impression would be. Because I feel like most of the time when you develop an accent, it kind of develops when you're in middle school,
Yeah.
like middle school to high school. That's when it really solidifies. Um, that's when I lost my Indian accent. So no, I'm
What?
just kidding. That's when I lost my French accent.
That's why you may notice I no longer have an Icelandic accent.
I really, really tried, but Florida just beat it out of me. Okay, anyway, so going back to Dustin and Miles, I think I feel like I just like dislike both of them, to be honest. I'm like, why is Miles so heavily flirting with Elle when he obviously has a 2-year long relationship with Shannon? And then why does Dustin have a British accent?
That's why you think he shouldn't be with Elle.
Well, I also think the fact that he made out with her LA best friend was a little
Yeah.
sus, and he didn't tell her about that. But maybe that's a plot
Yeah.
point for season 2. I'm not sure.
I mean, I will say all of these kids are supposed to be 16 years old. I don't think we can really hold it against them that they're doing these things, you know?
Madison really held it against Elle. Or wait, maybe not Madison. Sorry.
Shannon.
Shannon really held it
Yeah,
against
Shannon
Elle.
like I think obviously Shannon has a good reason to be upset about it, but I don't think I don't think it means Miles is a bad person for having done that because he's only 16.
Okay, that's fair. I'll allow it. And then I don't know if you would know this, but one more thing about Miles, and his high school cross country meet that became homecoming. Is that how high school cross country works? They all just like get in a pack and run a 5K like a normal, and then
Yeah,
like people are at various places behind the line and it's not really tracked.
yeah.
Wow.
That is how it works. As someone who did 2 seasons of high school cross country, that is exactly how it worked. I think because the race is so long, it doesn't really matter if you start 10 feet behind someone else, you know?
Oh, okay. But what if you finish 10 feet behind someone else?
That matters. Because that's about that's more like about how athletic you are. But like you can make up 10 feet at the beginning of the race so much easier than you can make up 10 feet at the end of the race.
Well, I guess that was my point, right? Like if someone if they start like this and then they run and then they finish like this, then that's
Yeah.
fine. But if they start like this and then they finish like this, you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay,
It's not
well,
like I mean, I don't know how it works now, but for sure when I was in high school and definitely in the 90s when the show takes place, nobody was like chipped or anything, so it wasn't about your
mm,
actual time. So I think yeah, if you started at the back of the pack like
tough nuts.
yeah, tough nuts. I remember the older girls on my cross country team before my first race were like, make sure you start really fast just to get ahead of some people because otherwise you'll be stuck behind them the whole race. So you definitely had to like be strategic about how you get ahead and like where you
Mm.
place yourself for the majority of the race.
Interesting. Okay, so there is some strategy involved. It's not just like
Go.
the order the order that you start the race is the order that you finish.
Yeah. And also each runner has a different strength, right? Like some people overtake people on hills, some people overtake people like on the flats, you know, each runner has a different strength, so it's less about like it's not like a track race where every single millisecond matters.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay, I see. Well, I guess in Florida it was all flat, so it kind of just felt like
Like track.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, sorry. So let's go back to the plot. I was just
Right, right,
really
right.
I needed to ask you that. Okay. Going back to the plot. One thing that I appreciate about Elle that is true to Legally Blonde is her relationship with her family and friends. So I feel like Elle's relationship with her mom, I think though it was a little bit strained in the way that teenagers have like a strained relationship with their parents in this series was a little bit true, but I really really loved how they were able to just support each other and you really saw more of Elle's mom, Eva, kind of stepping up, in some ways, stepping up a little bit more than she wants to or needs to. But in the end, they both help each other do the right thing. And I thought that was really sweet. And that's not really something that we get in Legally Blonde at all.
Yeah, her mom's not in the show or in the movie at all, right? Her dad
Nope.
is there for one split second when she's in the hot tub.
Both of them, yeah.
Oh, both of them. Okay.
Yeah, both of them were like, oh, Elle, like, why do you're too pretty to go to law school.
Yeah, I really loved how much they focused on her relationship with her parents. I thought that was so cute and so true to a high school experience where I know there have been so many high school dramas that we watch for this podcast and we're like, where are their parents?
Yeah.
Why aren't they a part of their lives? And in this show, it was so accurate that like the parents are a big part of your life when you're in high school.
Yeah, and not only that, just that all of the parents are so supportive of their kids. Like we saw a lot of Donna as well. Like of course
Yeah.
Donna was a main part of the story, but I really loved how they portrayed the relationships between parent and child. I think it was a really supportive one, which to be honest, we don't see a lot of these days, which is kind of
Yeah.
sad to say out loud. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It was really refreshing. And Robin and Shannon.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone is such healthy, supportive relationships. It's like this is so cute. I guess the one person that we didn't see have a good relationship with their parents is
Kimberly.
Kimberly. Yes. Kimberly's relationship doesn't seem that great, but maybe we'll see more of that in season 2.
Maybe. And you know what? Those are the only parents that we didn't see, I think.
Yeah, true. I want to see
Interesting.
Kimberly in those plaid dresses, the jumpers.
Yes. Going back to Elle's parents for one second, do you think at the end of the season they were kind of teasing that her parents are having marital troubles?
For sure.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know. It's kind of true though, right? They were kind of like teeing it up like, oh, my gosh, I forgot her dad's name. Wyatt?
No, not Woods.
Wyatt, right?
Wyatt
Wyatt.
Woods,
Yeah.
yes.
Um, she they were like teeing it up that Wyatt was kind of forcing Eva to be this Seattleite and to love Seattle and go hiking and become crunchy. And she's like, literally, no, I don't want to be crunchy. I don't want to do this. Everything you're making me do is giving me hives.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think it was more on Wyatt to kind of understand his wife more and to not expect that she gets swept away in his life.
Yeah. And on the other side, I feel like it was wrong of her not to consult him before deciding to go with Elle back to Seattle or back to LA for 6 months. Like
Yes.
I think what she said was right. Like they don't their family does not talk about problems. They just run away. Um and so yeah, I think that is something that's broken in their marriage and I hope they figure it out cuz they're really cute.
I mean, they're definitely together by the time Legally Blonde starts.
That is
So,
true. So true. Also, did you recognize the dad in this show?
yes. Is he the principal in some other series?
No, I recognized him as Adam Fisher, the dad in The Summer I Turned Pretty, in which he is a
What?
completely different character. He's like cold and financy and gross.
What? Okay, I need to look this up. Oh, yeah. He
Yeah, like very
is.
much not a girl dad, but in this show he was such a girl dad.
Such a girl dad. I've I've seen him in something else. He's in La La Land?
Oh.
What the heck? Okay, I don't recognize him in anything else. He's apparently also in Air Buddies.
Oh.
Tom Everett Scott, La La Land. He plays a musician who is obsessed with jazz
Huh. I've only seen that movie once. I don't really remember.
in Mia's husband, David. That's his cameo.
Who's Mia?
Isn't that Emma Stone?
Oh, he plays her husband?
Yeah, for like a hot second.
Interesting.
Weird. Okay. Well, wow, I didn't know that. Did you know that the other person who I recognized, Principal Anderson, this one's a
Yes,
deeper cut.
what was he in? I recognized him too.
Okay, I think where I recognize him from was his name is Matt Oberg, and he is the golf lawyer guy in Abbott Elementary.
That is such a deep cut.
I know. Okay, wait. He has
Uh,
other credits too, but that was the one I was like, I definitely know him as the golf lawyer guy. He was also in Sisters, the movie with Amy Poehler and Tina Fey.
Okay. Yeah, maybe he's just one of those faces that I've seen in a bunch of random stuff, and that's why I recognized him. I felt the same way about Elle's mom.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wait, sorry. One more thing about Matt Oberg. He's also in The Residence.
Who is he?
The calligrapher.
No!
Yappers, oh my God. If you ever watch The Residence, it's on Netflix. It was unfortunately canceled for a second season, but the calligrapher is the most confusing part of The Residence. It's like, why is this guy here? He has to be an integral part to this story because otherwise it makes literally no sense why he exists.
Literally.
And guess what? Irrelevant.
Like, the calligrapher, you can't even call it a red herring because they barely even draw attention to him. But then, like, he has nothing to do with the plot, so, like, why is he even there?
This is so confusing. Someone owed Matt Oberg a favor. Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, and then going back to Elle, the mom. The mom is June Diane Raphael, who is known for her roles in Grace and Frankie, and she's also in Weapons.
oh, interesting. Yeah, when I read her filmography, I recognized a bunch of things that I've seen, but nothing where I was like, oh, that's where I know her from. So I feel like she's just one of those faces that I recognize, but not from anything specific.
Yeah, she also has a bunch of different like cameos slash somewhat semi-recurring characters. She's in Parks and Rec. She's also in New Girl.
Oh, who is she in
Um,
Parks and Rec?
that's a good
Maybe
question.
that's the thing I recognize her
Parks
from.
and Rec. I think she is
I feel like she's an
uh
Eagletonian.
yes, exactly. I was gonna say that too. I think she's like the single mom, or not a single mom. She's like some kind of mom in Eagleton. Parks and Rec. Yeah. She is Tinnifer in Parks and Rec.
Oh my God, yes, that's what I know her from. Because I was thinking, I can imagine her saying something in like a ridiculous way.
Yes.
Oh my God, yes, she's Tinnifer.
Oh my God, Tinnifer. And she's
Oh
like,
my
who's
God.
your spin instructor? Because I love Winona. And then April Ludgate's like, I hate her. I love her.
Tinnifer. Oh my God, yes. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for doing that important research.
Oh man. Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
going back to Elle.
Oh, and then the last person that I recognized was Dean, the guy running for mayor, Dean whatever.
Oh yeah,
I forget what his last name is in the show, but he was Dawson in Dawson's Creek.
James Vanderbeek.
Yes. Who I think has since passed away.
Oh, you're so right. February 2026.
Yes. Yeah, and it was like he had some illness. It sounded really sad.
He had cancer, yes, in
Mm,
2023.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that came right after um McSteamy died. And then there was another female celebrity that also died. And they were all for like extremely tragic reasons. Um, so sad. But yeah, I know him as Dawson in Dawson's Creek, and he was Simon in a few episodes of How I Met Your Mother. Yeah.
Oh. Wow, I did not know that. Wow. Yeah, Elle was his final on-screen role. Well, that's so sad.
So sad.
Wow. Well, props to him for like working
Yeah.
and like doing these roles. Um,
Seriously.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Insane.
insane. Well, we remember. Okay. Going
Okay.
back to the relationship with Elle and her mom,
Mm.
I am very confused about the application to Cosmo and the essay that she wrote and the video itself because I don't think Cosmo would want to alienate an entire city by allowing someone to just like blatantly bash on Seattle, right? In that essay. I was very confused by that.
That's so true. That's such a good point. I wonder if, okay, if I'm suspending my disbelief, perhaps Cosmo was like, okay, Seattle is not a target market for us because we've lost them to grunge.
We've lost
We have
them
lost the
forever.
city of Seattle to grunge permanently.
Drive the nail into the coffin with this essay.
Seattle is simply grunge now. um, maybe that's why, but I agree with you. I don't think Cosmo would have ever published something like that. That spoke so
Yeah,
poorly about a huge city.
yeah. And then the other question is Elle, as the winner of this competition, got the internship, but then there were two other girls there who also won the internship. And why didn't they get a full page spread in Cosmo
Maybe they
like Elle
did.
did? That's like 6 pages to a high school internship then. Winners.
Each
And this
magazine issue is like, what, 80 pages or so? Probably. It's like not that much. Or maybe it was spread out over 3 different issues.
it's a stretch.
It's a stretch. It's a stretch. But I
Yeah.
don't think it's a stretch that they chose for 3 high schoolers to be interns. Like, I think it would be
Yeah.
crazy for just one.
Yeah, I agree. It makes sense that they chose three, but then it was like only Elle got the full page
Yeah.
spread. And I was like, that's a little weird.
Oh, come on.
Also, I really want to see, I wish they could do the show like the application video for people to watch. I was a little sad that we never got a
Oh,
chance to watch it.
yeah. Like the homecoming prep and everything. Oh, that would have been
Yeah,
fun to
with the
see.
stock video footage of high schoolers cheering. I
Oh
would have
man,
loved to
I
see
feel
that.
like Reese Witherspoon should post it on her Instagram or something. It would be
Yeah.
a fun Easter egg and like a good teaser for the show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a good social
Reese,
media moment.
Reese, you heard it here first. We demand
Yeah.
it.
That would be amazing if Reese Witherspoon actually listened to us.
Yeah, that would. Reese, if you're out there, we love you.
Reese, if you're out there, thank you for adapting so many of our loved books into TV shows.
Literally. I love everything you make.
Okay. I think that's kind of all that I had to discuss.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any questions?
I had a few things I wanted to discuss. I feel like for the most part, I believed that this was set in the 90s, but there were a few things, there were a few phrases that I felt like are more modern.
Anachronistic. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I don't know if you noticed any besides the ones that I got, but when we first meet Shannon, she's like, I'm a feminist, so I support women's rights and women's wrongs. And I feel like that phrase just got coined like 2 years ago.
Oh, I didn't clock that
Yeah.
one, but I did clock what's her damage?
Oh, wait, that is from actually Jing and I literally talk about that phrase in the off-campus episode. Um, it's from Heathers, which is a 1980 movie, and they
Oh.
say, "What's your damage, Heather?"
Oh, okay. I thought that was a recent thing because I only heard of it from the off-campus
Oh.
episode. I see. Okay.
Yeah, but that's from the 80s, and they also say it in Gilmore Girls, which is in the early 2000s. Um, the other one I clocked was jump scare. I don't think that phrase existed in the 90s. I think that's more modern.
Oh, really?
I could be
Okay.
wrong.
I'm not sure.
Or like the idea, I think the idea of a jump scare in a movie might have been a thing, but not like Oh my God, jump scare for like an everyday situation.
Oh. I am not sure. I mean, it's possible. It's
Yeah.
possible that it's like not a 90s thing.
When did jump scare become? Yeah, I think it was simply a movie technique and not used in everyday English until much recently. But
Mm.
yappers, let me know if I'm wrong. Very good chance I'm wrong.
But I think otherwise, I felt like they did a great job about like the fashion, um, like the way that Elle dressed. I think also the colors. I think everything other than that was very spot on, and I really appreciate the attention to detail.
Yeah.
I think there was one scene that I particularly enjoyed where when Elle goes back to LA and she's walking with her friends, it was a very clueless looking scene where she is dressed in pink, her best friend is dressed in yellow, and then the two girls on the side are dressed in red and blue. And I was like,
Mm,
or like green and blue or something like that.
yeah.
Like everyone has their own color. And I was like, this is so clueless.
So
I really
clueless.
appreciated that scene. And meanwhile, in Seattle, everyone is wearing the same, like, black and gray plaid flannel.
Yeah. Oh, I loved the gift that Liz gave her of the pink flannel.
So
So
cute.
cute. I loved that.
Very thoughtful.
Also, I thought the character of Liz was so adorable. I don't know, something about like her face and her smile. I just want her to smile all the time. She's so cute.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think I just particularly enjoyed all of the characters. I thought they were all very well written. Other than the Seattle stereotype, I don't think there were that many other stereotypes that the show leaned into.
Yeah.
Um, I love the Breakfast Club episode.
Okay, actually, I think that's where the show started falling apart a little bit for me. Like I loved the first 4 episodes, I think until Shannon's mom died, and then for like maybe 1 or 2 episodes after that, I was kind of like I just feel like this is any other high school drama.
Yeah.
I don't know, it felt a little like Wednesday. It felt a little bit
Yes.
like um what's the other show I was thinking of? Like Exo Kitty, where it's just like the main character trying to solve problems and her classmates like helping her scheme, but it didn't feel Elle specifically. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like there were some episodes where they were like trying to put in some filler to help them like
Yeah.
somewhat move the plot along, but not too much that they run
Yeah.
out of airtime. That being
Totally.
said, I really did like the Breakfast Club
Uh,
episode. I thought it was very cute, and I thought I loved how she was like, I pied Principal Anderson's face,
I
and then she just like
petted
gives it to him tentatively.
and then in detention when he's like, "Why are you here, Elle?" She's like, "Because I hide you in the face." And he's like, "What did you say?" And everyone's like, "Huh?"
It was so cute. It was adorable.
Adorable.
Yeah, but yeah, I think like to your point, I think once everything like the whole plot line of like trying to figure out the school siphoning the funds and then like, oh, there was a stop sign like where Shannon's mom died and like, oh, there was actually supposed to be a stop sign, but it's not here. And like, I think all of that stuff kind of like loosely came together and like had
Mhm.
came together in a plot that was like somewhat Nancy Drew style, like Nancy Drew mixed with Elle
Yeah.
to like create the plot that we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was interesting. I wonder if they're gonna apply the same formula to season two. Seems like they will. Seems like it's
Mm.
gonna be like a Wednesday style. Like
There's a
there's
new
a
mystery every
yeah, a
season.
new mystery that needs to be solved, and Elle is gonna have these lawyer phrases, and it's just gonna be more of that. Which is,
Yeah.
at what point is it still Legally Blonde? It's just Legally Blonde themed Nancy Drew.
Right, right. Totally.
Which is enjoyable, but yeah.
Totally. Like it'll be fun, but like at what point does it beg the question, why is Elle still a fashion merchandising major in college?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where does that how does that still manifest if she's still solving mysteries?
Yeah. Yeah.
And people are heavily hinting that she should become a lawyer every episode.
Right. Well, I liked the one time at the end of the show when it's either Donna or Mrs. Burke is like, "Have you ever thought about being a lawyer?" And she's like, "Nah," and then walks away. I thought
Yeah.
that was cute because it was like, okay, it's like not on her mind yet.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Wait, speaking of Donna, I loved how she was literally working at a different place every single episode.
She's like, "Well, I know you haven't seen Gilmore Girls, but it's like Kirk from Gilmore Girls who has a different job in every single episode."
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. But yeah, I thought that was a funny trope. We got Pike Place, we got like random coffee shop, we got Blockbuster,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Also
Tyson.
throwback Blockbuster.
Oh yeah, when she was saying that it's Blockbuster, they'll be fine.
So good.
Um, and then the other thing that I noticed was the tab product placement.
Mm.
Did you notice that?
I noticed it in the Cosmo episode,
Yeah,
but
in
not
the
before that.
No, no, no,
Or was
that
oh,
was
okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
it. It
just
was
like,
just like
"She needs
so
room
much.
temperature tab. I have the tab." Tab written on the side.
Yeah, and then like a close up zoom in on the tab, like being set down on the table with the logo facing towards the camera. I was like, this is a little egregious, but
Yeah.
I guess this is what we have. Because it still has to be like set in the 90s. So, what brands are still around?
Yeah.
Blockbuster's hanging by a thread.
Let me think if there's anything else.
I have one more thing, but I don't know if it
Mm.
will go anywhere. Um,
Oh, okay.
there is this Japanese anime called Nana. I don't know, you
Wow.
probably haven't
Where are we going
heard
with
of it.
this?
Okay,
No.
well, actually, when I first started watching Elle, I thought it was gonna go in this direction of this Japanese anime. So,
Mm,
this anime it's actually a very famous anime. It's about these two girls. They're both named Nana. Um, and they have very different vibes. Like one girl is like very punk rock, wears Doc Martens, very short black hair, and the other girl is complete opposite, like very domestic. She like is very sunny and cheery and everything. And then they ultimately become the best of friends, and the anime like follows their story over the course of years where they meet in college, and then ultimately by the end of the show, I think Nana, the punk rock Nana, is in a band and like has made
mm,
it very famous, and Hachi, the very sunny girl, is like super into fashion and everything.
mm.
Anyway, I thought it was going to go in that direction where it's like, oh, it's actually about female friendship. But then it turned into this Nancy Drew thing, and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not mad at it,
Yeah.
but it could have been cool if it went in this like Nana direction. But yeah.
Totally. Especially because that's kind of how the movie went. Like she became best friends with that girl who Warren was engaged to.
Yeah. Wait, what was that thing that you said about Sky High? Oh yeah. I listened to the Margot Scott Lenny Troubles episode.
My girlfriend became my enemy became my best friend, and my best friend became my girlfriend.
Yeah, except yeah, my enemy became my best friend. That one.
Yes, yeah, just that part.
Just that part. Yeah, and then I also think that that wouldn't really affect Legally Blonde, like the
Yeah,
story, the
totally,
movie
totally.
that much.
Yeah,
But maybe that's where season 2 will go. Who knows?
maybe. I do feel, yeah, I agree with you. I feel like they're leading a little bit too much into her solving crimes and not enough into her being a girl's girl. Like, not that she wasn't a girl's girl, but I feel like that should be the focus because that never goes away through Legally Blonde. And so I feel like they could just focus on that, but like, all right.
Yeah.
I guess there's only so much you can do with that.
Yeah. Okay. Should we rate?
Sure. You want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. I will give quality, I would say 3, but I think because of Lexi Mindtree's performance, I'm going to bump it up to a 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll give it a 4, and enjoyment was a 5.
Okay. I feel the same.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
9
Yeah.
out of 10, solid show.
Yeah, I think quality 4, enjoyment 5. But I don't know, to give a little bit more nuance, because I feel like there are other shows that we've ranked 9 out of 10, which is maybe not the same as this. So I don't know, what shows would you, or sorry, let me do this. There's 2 questions that I want to ask. What BYR shows would you recommend people who like this show to watch? And then secondly is, if this show were a food, okay, I'm gonna ask this one first. If this show were a food, what food would it be?
I think it would be appetizers at a high-class party that include canapé and bread. Had a little bit of everything.
Whoa. Okay, I feel like it would be caviar.
Oh,
Is that too much?
no?
Okay, let me renege. I think it would be popping boba.
Okay. It's caviar-esque.
Yeah, so I think, and the reason that I say this is because I feel like there are some people who look at popping boba who have never seen it before and think that it might be similar to caviar, and they think it's something fancy, and then they eat it and they're like, whoa. And then they get like really thrown off by it. So I think if you come into this show thinking that it's gonna be like Legally
Legally
Blonde
Blonde.
changing, iconic, blah blah blah, caviar, no, it's popping boba.
Still enjoyable, but not
Still
caviar.
enjoyable. Not very like health, it has no nutritional value, but still a fun time.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what was your second question? Oh,
Oh
and,
yeah.
and what other shows
Yes.
would you recommend yappers watch from our filmography or showography?
Sure. Yes. From our showography.
Episodography?
Yeah.
Okay, let me scroll through.
I would say Wednesday. If you
Yeah.
liked the darkness of Seattle and you did not like the LA scenes, then
And you liked the high school mystery where a girl ropes all of her classmates into helping her solve the mystery.
I would watch Wednesday.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
If you liked Matt Oberg being useless, I would and the mystery, then I would watch The Residents.
Also, if you liked, I guess, I was gonna recommend Off Campus, but I don't quite know why. I guess just like a school drama with a female main character that has like cute female friendships.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. With
And
some B-list sports. Just kidding. Hockey is not B-list in a lot of parts of the country. Only in California.
if you want to watch a show about romance and B-list sports, check out Heated Rivalry. Oh, man, I'll catch a lot of flack. People are getting really upset at me.
Oh my god, yeah.
And this is not part of our discography, but I do recommend watching Nana. I think it's a
Oh.
90s anime. It's like 90s or early 2000s anime. But I thought it was really well done. So, yeah, if you're into
Cute.
anime, I would recommend Nana.
Nice.
All right. Now it's time for Binge in Progress, where we talk about what we're binging outside of the show.
the only thing I've watched besides this show in the last week is Obsession, the new movie in theaters, which was so insane, and I won't spoil it for you, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I didn't like I wasn't enjoying myself while I watched it, but it gave me a lot to think about. It's like a
Oh,
scary horror movie, so it's not like I was having a lot of fun, but
okay.
yeah, but it was
Okay, and
really good.
is this the one where it was like a YouTuber like did it or something for with like not that much budget?
Yeah, I think the budget was like 1 million or something. Very
Oh, okay.
low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Nice. We're
Yes.
so
Okay.
back.
You would know this. Do you remember the episode of Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy Turner wishes that he and Trixie Tran were the only people left on Earth so that she would finally
Oh,
fall in love with him?
yes.
I have an unhinged theory that that episode was the inspiration for this movie.
It's maybe like a I don't want to say a common trope, but I think this idea of something that sounds good in theory, but then it has horrible in execution
Mhm.
is like a thing. You know, like it's always like Genie's wish gone bad, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, like be careful what you wish for. I do think
Yeah.
that's like the level 1 takeaway from the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can't wait
So
for
many
level
more
two.
though. Yeah.
How many levels are there?
Like at least 3.
Whoa. Okay, I'm excited. Yeah, I keep seeing it on my like on my Instagram feed, so I'll give it a watch, maybe,
Okay.
if I'm not scared. Okay, there were a couple things on Instagram that I found out was happening this week. So let me
Mm.
just um see what I've posted. Um there is a new comedy in the works at Netflix called Toxic Moms that will be starring Ashley Tisdale and Ali Wong with
Wait, that's
Sabrina
so
Jalise.
funny. Cause did you hear about the Ashley Tisdale drama?
Wait, no.
There was this news article written a few months ago, maybe a year ago, about how there's this really toxic mom group like Hillary Duff was named,
I think I
Mandy
did hear
Moore was
about this.
named. Yeah, and Ashley
Yeah.
Tisdale was the one that wrote it or like was interviewed for it and was complaining about the toxic moms.
Oh my God.
Do you think that entire thing was a subtle teaser for this new show of hers?
Maybe. Or like,
Crazy.
was the inspo, or like maybe they changed the title to make it connect? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
What else? Let me see. Let me see. Stories, highlights. What? How do I look at what I've put on my story?
I see. Like in the past?
Yeah, I feel old.
Uh,
Oh,
Archive.
stories archive. Okay, there we go. Off Campus season 2 has started filming.
Nice.
Um, there is a new movie that's going to come out with Lana Condor and the guy who plays Jeremiah Fisher, called Not to Jaws, um,
Oh,
but
right, the cave thing.
The Devil's Mouth, coming out July 29th.
Okay.
So if you ever wanted to see Jeremiah Fisher get eaten by a shark, July 29th is the day.
Good to know.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives star Layla Taylor is bisexual.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good for her.
good for her.
Hope she's orgasming.
Yeah, right? Gosh. Um, and lastly, there is a live action Magic School Bus movie coming out starring Elizabeth Banks.
I saw that. I saw her and I was like, whoa, that is totally Miss Frizzle.
Yeah, she looks so good as Miss Frizzle.
Yeah.
I can't wait. And then I think there's like a new pickleball comedy, and there is a new movie about Clara in the Sun. I don't know if you ever read that book.
Mm-mm.
Um, yeah, but Clara in the Sun is going to come out. Highly recommend to read the book. I think it was very good.
Okay.
And it stars Jenna Ortega as Clara. Uh,
Oh, speaking of Wednesday,
yeah.
cute.
So, there you go.
Love
And that's what
it.
you missed on Glee. Well, should we talk about what next week's episode is?
Sure.
Worst ex ever? No, worst neighbor ever.
Worst Neighbor Ever. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
Well, we
already
can.
out on Netflix.
Yes.
So go watch, Yappers. And
Go
we
watch
will
Yappers.
Go watch, and we will see you back next week.
Yeah. And then, sorry, I know we keep adding on to things. Yappers. Just so you know, we benefit a lot by like commenting, engaging, viewing, and telling all of your friends and family about us. If you think they will enjoy us. If you don't think they will enjoy us, please don't tell.
Or tell them
anyone.
to listen to us with no volume on just to get our numbers up, you know?
Oh my God.
Just throw us a bone. That's the least you could do, honestly.
Oh my gosh. It's so threatening.
Just kidding. But yeah, definitely give us a follow if you can.
And we're also open to constructive feedback if you say it in a very nice way.
If you say it meanly, we might cry.
Yeah, we're very sensitive.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Bye, yappers.
See ya. Thanks for yapping with us. If you loved this episode, have some hot takes we missed, or if you've got a show you're dying for us to binge next, follow us on socials. We're at Binge Yap Repeat.
Until next time, happy binging!